Well, David, we've been talking about this a lot on the various episodes, and I find that people who really love family law have a strong why. Why they're doing it. Would you mind sharing with us your why and why you do family law?
Well, it started, I guess I really would say it started before law school. I had a legal issue in my family that ultimately what it was actually on a guardianship probate type scenario, but it wasn't dealt with. I had an incapacitated family member that was in charge of a business, and nobody wanted to do anything because it was a bad decision. They felt like they were hurting their feelings or something like that, and they never really sought legal advice. And I saw it. It ended up costing my family members a substantial amount of money and time and grief and a lot of anguish. And then that got me into law school, and got into law school, and I actually was clerked and paralegal for a family law firm while I was in law school. I got out. I said I'm going to go do construction litigation and civil litigation with insurance companies, because that was kind of my background with the family. Was, hey, I knew a lot about building stuff, so I went and did that and realized it was all about numbers. It wasn't about people. You pick people up off the tarmac that are fighting over $100,000 in a multi-million dollar contract, and it just didn't seem like I was helping anybody. I was just bickering over pennies. So I got an opportunity a long time ago to go back to family law a couple years into my practice, and I've been doing it ever since.
I think that's something powerful. You just said that family law is about people and helping people, and I think you got to try and draw upon that every day you do it, and those people have to be your why, and that's very powerful what you just said there. With me, I started out with the Attorney General's office, and then after I did some time there, I got a job doing franchise litigation against General Motors, representing big car dealerships, and you know, same kind of thing. After a little bit of time doing that, you're arguing over the cost of a showroom floor, or was there good faith in the franchise agreement, and at the end of the day, sometimes you lose sight of the people. You just start looking at it as figures on a balance sheet. And that was one of the things that drew me into family law when I had my opportunity, really making a difference in somebody's life. I felt was much more gratifying than making a difference on a balance sheet sometimes.
100% more fulfilling, I would say.
Yeah, it's harder to do at times because it's much easier to deal with numbers than to deal with human emotion.
I most definitely had more hair, as I say, but I do enjoy it. So
Well, our ongoing joke is you've lost your hair and I've lost all the color in mine. So, in fact, one time I never will forget this. We have to have a sense of humor in family law. And one time I decided to grow a beard, and David got on Zoom and said, I don't know if I was talking to my boss or Kenny Rogers. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever. And I still, anytime I don't shave for a while, I start thinking about that. Maybe Halloween's coming up. Maybe Kenny will make a comeback. One of the things I really enjoy about working with you is our friendship and inside the practice, and being able to call you and talk with you and vent and also bounce legal ideas off of you.